Hey everyone, it's Clara at Redemption Farms. Today we are having friends come over and we are going to be hanging out with other homeschool mamas. This video is going to be about homeschool and how I do homeschool. I have never done a video on this before and I don't actually talk a lot about homeschooling. So 3 years ago I made the decision, or was it only 2 years ago? 2 years ago I made the decision this is the third year, to homeschool my boys in McKenna. And I thought, after I made that decision, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to homeschool. And then I found out that was just like geese flying overhead. That's kind of cool. That's just one decision of a lot of decisions. What kind of curriculum do you use? What type of homeschooling are you gonna do? I didn't know any of this. Overwhelmed is a little bit of an understatement. And so I started with my father's world. It's amazing curriculum. I love it. But we do so much just life that it was too much. Like, it was too much for us. I like simple. I don't like my 6, 5, 7, whatever year old sitting and doing books. We need to do life. So we were doing pretty good. Riker finished kindergarten, Jackson was doing preschool, and then last year I was like, okay, something needs to change. I can teach them all I want. I can make them as intelligent as I want. But if they don't have character to go with that, guys, what's the point? And so I decided we are going to take a break and we are going to work straight up on character. We worked hard on character, and not just them. Me and Jason worked on character too, because I believe if you don't have your crap together, your kids won't either. It was kind of funny because I was like, my kids are out of control. Well, when I finally started doing personal development and like working on me, guess what? My kids got their stuff together. It was kind of funny. Here I thought I needed parenting advice and parenting help, and all I really needed was to know how to take care of what was in between my ears and in my heart. And it's been a hard, amazing journey. And so through all that, this year we're going to do school different. I have Jack Riker. Let's not knock the tree down. They're over there playing. And they're trying to get walnuts down from the tree. Thank you. They want to throw walnuts in the river. But anyway, I was like, well, we're going to do it differently this year. I honed in what works for what kid. They're not cookie cutter. You can't just give one kid curriculum and hand the other, or in my opinion, this is my opinion. I was like, I can't just hand them both the same curriculum. They're complete opposites. My boys are complete opposites. McKenna picks up so much stuff just by me teaching the boys that she's 3 and she's already learned so much more than the boys had at that age just by following along on our journey. And so this year it's looking really, really different. We are going to do a lot of games together. We're going to do math. I'm going to order math. I'm not sure actually which math yet. I just know for Jackson, he likes all the pictures and it all colorful. And for Riker, that's overwhelming for him. He needs slightly less pictures and just more numbers and letters and stuff. So I'm going to find math for them. I want to find the same one that has like a happy medium. I don't know how that's going to look like because I actually like it to put them on the same one. They're 7 and 5 and I kind of wanted to put them on the same one. But other than that, we're going to I don't know how many more books we're gonna work on. Like, I don't think we're gonna work on that many more books. But we are gonna continue to work on character. We are gonna continue to learn. We're gonna learn how to read. The one thing that I'm gonna follow, Riker knows most of his stuff. Jackson's still working on it. But I got a book that Learning to Read in 100 Lessons. We are going to use that book, and I'm just going to teach them together. And then the math. And then I'm like, I wanted to, Jason's going to help me, but like, they are huge outdoor. Like, they love the outdoors. And so, excuse me. And so I was like, well, I am going to get them like survival kits and teach them survival, because that's actually their interest. They want to know that stuff. They love talking about that stuff. They want to know. And so I was like, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the whole, like, I'll be learning with them. I'm going to subscribe to some outdoor magazine for kids. I have games that I'm getting. I'm getting most of my stuff off Amazon this year. I'm trying to think, history. There's some books that are called the Tuttle Twins. I'm getting those books and we're learning those together. And then there's also for like another history thing, they love we have like a globe that is Leapfrog Learning, and they play with that all the time. They have learned so much about about just like the different countries, different continents, how many hours it takes to fly from here to there. They have learned so much about that. Then I'm also getting a map that is just of the United States, and then that's what I want to do with to learn like the states and the capitals, which state is which, where is it located, that they can, even by the shape of the state, they'll be like, oh, that's Wisconsin, that's Ohio, like they just know it. And then I also want to, so my children already know 2 languages. They know the English language, and then they know a language that we call, most people call it the Pennsylvania Dutch. It's what the Amish speak. So they also know that. And then we are going to start learning Spanish. And I don't know Spanish, so it's kind of hard to teach somebody Spanish if you don't know Spanish yourself. So I am getting, it's a pad of something that, like, electronic thing. I try not to do a lot of electronic, but I'm kind of doing a lot of electronic this year. Just because I am trying to go more towards a hands-off schooling. Because we do so much hands-on. Like, they're with me all the time. They're with me in the garden. They're with me, like, they know they know more about plants than most adults do. They're helping me when I'm canning. They're helping me when I'm baking. They're helping me when I'm cleaning. They're helping me when we're playing. We do everything together. And so as far as like hands-on stuff, like we are all hands-on. And so I just wanted some stuff where they could be learning, like I'm busy canning and they're helping me, but sometimes it's hot and like they don't want to help me all day long. And so I was like, you know what, this would be awesome to like, hey guys, can you go play with the history, like the map, or the Spanish pad and stuff like that. And so that's what our school year is going to look like. I'm super excited. It's wow, that's pretty deep. They are down there swimming. The sun's not out, and we have friends coming over here shortly, and they got in the river. We're having a picnic. I lost my train of thought where I was going. But anyway, it's just been, I've had to unlearn a lot. Comparison is such a toxic thing. What you do for school is what you do for school. That is perfect for your family. What I do for school is perfect for my family, and it can be completely opposite. It can look completely different. The more I compared, and I was like, well, that kid knows this kid knows that, and I need to be doing this, and they need to be sitting at the table, and they need to have desk, and they need to have this and that, and I'm like, but that's not us. That's not what God's putting on my heart, how to teach my children. And he told me specifically, I gave you these children, so teach them. I have nothing against somebody putting their kids in public schools, just for the record. I am not saying that I'm never going to do that, just for the record. This is what God put on, like, if you knew me 3 years ago, and somebody would have told me, Clara, you're going to homeschool your kids one day, I would have laughed in your face. And I would have said, there is no way ever that I will teach my children, that I will school them. Never. I would have laughed. And here I am. And then if somebody would have told me I'm going to use more of the unschooling method, I would have laughed even harder, because I'm like, teach your children. My children will be very fluent in reading, writing, and arithmetic. They will also have character to go with that. And that is my goal. So it's been a process for me. It's been hard for me to share this video is actually kind of hard for me, because I'm like, so many people don't agree with this method. And I'm not just unschooling. I mix and match. Like, I'm doing a lot of different, but guys, they're 3, 5, and 7. They are not made to be sitting at the table, or mine aren't. I feel like strongly that their brains, like, they're developing so much right now, and there's so many skills to learn. And for them to not be fluent in knowing their sounds, like, yeah, there's probably a lot of 3-year-olds that could out my 7-year-old. I don't care. Because they have a lot of character. And that's what I'm working on, is character. And so it's been a journey for me to to unlearn a lot of stuff. I've had to unlearn. Like, in my head, I'm like, well, this is not what school looks like. I'm not doing school. I'm doing school every day, all day long. And just because I'm not sitting at a desk, or they're not sitting at a table with books in front of them, that does not make school. So, anyway, I am going to hopefully be adding a video of today of the kids playing. My heart is so big for community. I love community. I love when people do them. I love when we can get together, a bunch of us homeschool mamas can get together, and we can do school how God put on our heart to do school, and yet we can get together and do community together. Like, that is so beautiful. I absolutely love that. And I just want to, my heart for you guys, whoever's listening to this, if you don't know if you want to homeschool or not, especially right now, it is crazy. Going into this school year, it is crazy. We do not know what's going to happen. It is the scariest thing I've ever done, and it's the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it is also one of the most rewarding things I've done. And having those light bulb moments with your children, where they get something, you have worked and you've worked and you've worked and you've worked on something, and they finally get it. I told Jason, I was like, I'm not going to share that with anybody else. That's mine. And for all you mamas that want to homeschool and your husband's not supportive, mine wasn't either. Jason was not, it was not that he was against me. They're down there having so much fun. I don't know. They're down there. he wasn't against me doing it. He just didn't. He went to the public school. I grew up going to an Amish school, and he just did the whole, like, like, he just didn't think. A lot of it was not about even the homeschool. It was like, where I was at, I had no routine. I was a hot mess, and he had every reason to not believe in me, because he's like, how are you going to teach them routine if you don't even have that down pat? But I have learned probably just as much, if not more, from my children by schooling them than I have if I wouldn't have. It's been really amazing. And he is 100% on board now, and even is helping me pick out stuff for them to do, and has seen the amount of work I have done in the kids, and the fruit that we have has just been incredible. And so he's very supportive of it now. It's been a journey. But there was another thing that I was gonna share, and now it left me, and maybe I can hop back on later after I watch it. But it's been so beautiful getting to know my children, who they are, what works for them, what works for us as a family. And so if you're scared to start homeschooling your kids, it's okay. There's such a big support out there. And my biggest advice to a new homeschool mom is find out who you are. Be confident in who you are, and listen to God and what He gives you, and everything else will flow. Is it easy? I'm not going to pretend it is, because it's not. It's hard. But it's so rewarding. So anyway, it's just been an amazing journey, and we will be back with more of our day.
It's even nursing. It is.
I noticed that too. I didn't.
So bats aren't birds, right? Because birds don't nurse their little babies, but
Except for one.
what? Yes,
I don't remember how those birds are called, but they nurse their babies.
they nurse. I wonder, are they big birds or little birds? That is interesting. Yeah, bats are mammals.
What are you doing, Miss McKenna? Are you eating your lunch? Oh, it dumped?
Do you know what the continent is called that we're
Let's see it. Okay, you're having a summer tan.
For it.
It's too deep for him.
Thanks for being protective of him, buddy. But I think they'll be
It's
just
too deep
fine.
for him.
Right?
No.
You can go in there too if you want. They would go float right on down, wouldn't they?
I think that would actually be fun to float on a river like this.
We should have brought her too.
I know, like, we should have.
Now you gotta do it.
Did we not bring any other things besides the noodles? I thought, did we bring the turtle?
We might just have to watch you.
He has no fear.
Right here. Just try to.
We might just have to watch you.
He has no fear.
Right here. Crazy lemon squeezy.
Go, Mr. Brantley! Jackson!
High five, Brantley. Hey, go back in line. Go behind Kate.
Good job!
Nice job.
Oh, you're taking it easy? Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Miss Yanni?
I'm gonna finish out this video. It is evening now, and oh my goodness, it was such an amazing day. And I just wanted to like add one more thing that this is how I do school, and how you do school I am sure is amazing. I love that we get to do community, and that we get to do it together, all in our own journey. And so and if you send your kid to a public school, that does not make you any less of a parent. I am proud of you, because there's so much we can do at home. There's very successful kids everywhere. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today. And don't forget to hit subscribe and find me on Facebook at Redemption Farms. Have an amazing day.
Mom,